what is a formula exactly? A formula is everything that starts with an equal sign in a cell, and that's how you signify and tell Excel that now I'm going to write a formula, and that's going to be used to do something with the data instead of just storing data. So you can write 1 plus 1, that's a calculation, and that's a formula. You can also write 15 times 3, that would also be a calculation, that would also be a formula. In Excel and in math in general, we have these operators, and operators are what we put in between the formulas to actually tell Excel what we want to calculate. And you probably know these two signs here. We have the plus, and that is how you add something together, and then we have the minus or the dash on your keyboard that signifies that you are subtracting something. Also, we have this asterisk and we have the slash, and that's the operators for multiplication and division. This little symbol over here is used for exponentiation. Now, the order of operations are actually quite important, and they're used in Excel as they are used in math in general. So first you calculate the parentheses, or in any kind of calculation, what's in the parentheses is going to be calculated first. Then we have exponentiation and roots, then multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. And I'm going to show you an example of how that can impact something you do here. So here we have an example of 10 plus 20 divided by 5. And following the order of operations, we're going to divide 20 by 5 first and then add that to the 10. So we have 20 divided by 5, and that's 4, plus 10, that equals 14. Now, if we change this up a little bit and add a parenthesis like this, then we have 10 plus 20 divided by 5 instead. So that's 10 plus 20, 30 divided by 5, and that gives 6. So as you can see, the order of operations is actually quite important. Now, let's try and look at that in Excel, because here we have this small little data set that is filled with sales orders from specific sales representatives over here, and we have some units and unit prices for each of the orders. And we are going to calculate the total price here. This is just storing information. Just like I said before, this is actually just a piece of paper. It's just a digital instead and inside a spreadsheet. But over here we want to use a formula to do a calculation. And let's just try and enter a formula. That's equal sign and 8 times 12.99. That's how you could calculate the total price over here. So if we just hit enter here, we have calculated this, and that means we have now used Excel as a calculator. This is something you could do on your phone or in a calculator anytime, and you probably already know how to do that. Instead, yeah, sure, we can do this for all the orders, but it's going to take a while, especially in a full data set with maybe thousands of rows. So instead, we're going to use references to actually make this pop and be quite automatic instead. And references are what actually makes calculations automatic in Excel. So here we have 8 times 12.99. That's the first order we tried to calculate with a formula. But instead, we're going to replace the actual numbers with references, and those are like placeholders we can put something in instead. And that's actually references to cells. So we have E2 times F2. So the contents of E2 multiplied by the contents of F2. And the contents are actually 8 in E2 and 12.99 in F2. And that means that the calculation is actually the exact same as when I hard-coded the numbers into the formulas. But there's a lot of advantages to doing it like this instead. So when we do that in the spreadsheet, so we can just type the formula here, and we can select with our cursor here, or we can just use the arrow keys to actually select the references to the cells. We're going to do E2 times F2. We could also instead just type it out. So equal E2 multiplication sign F2. We can also do it like this. So that's 3 ways to actually write references. Hit enter, and then we have the total price. So the result is the same as we had before when we typed it in, and we actually typed 8 here and 12.99 here. But instead we are referencing it to the cells instead. And that that has a lot of benefits throughout Excel. You're going to use references all the time. So one of the advantages of doing it like this is that you can actually update the numbers, and that will in turn automatically update the calculation. So if I write 10 units here, let's take a look at the total price, because that's going to change instead. If I write 20 here, it's going to change automatically. Let's go back to 8. I can change the price as well. That's going to change the result. Now, if I did it with a calculator, or if I just typed it in like this, 8 times 12.99, then if I changed these numbers, that would not make any difference to the result. So that's a problem, and that's why you're going to use references instead. That's really important. Another big advantage is that you can copy this easily. You can't do that if you, like, if I typed 8 times 12.99, and if I wanted to do that automatically for all the other cells, then if I copy this, and you can do that by holding down the left mouse button while dragging this lower right corner of the cell, it would just write the same, and we don't want that, right? We want to do the actual calculation automatically. So if I instead write E3 here, I'm just going to do it in the cell below, but I might as well do it over here. If I just write it here, the formula with the references, then I could drag that down here and do all the calculations automatically, because Excel will automatically know that the references should change along the way. When I copy this down, the references follow along. That means that you see here there are references to these two cells, but when I try this here, you can see there are references to these cells, because the references change automatically to E5 and F5, and that's pretty cool, right? Now, there's actually more to references than this. And in this video, I'm going to show you something called absolute references, and I'm going to showcase a problem that arises by only using the references I showed you up until this point. Let's add a fee to the total price, and that fee should be, let's say it's $500, not percent like this. Let's make it $500 now. Yeah, sure, $500. Okay, so we're gonna add $500 to all of the prices here. We can do that several ways, but one of the ways to do that is to just add this cell right here. So a reference to the cell, that means, like, instead of writing plus 500, we can reference the cell, and that means if the fee changes to 800, we don't need to type it in all the way through. We can just write it here. Okay, so we want to copy that down to the other formulas, so we don't have to calculate and change all the formulas, but just do it automatically. So let's try and do that like this. But maybe you noticed that nothing really happened here, and that's because of the reference being relative. So let's check it out. So in this cell, we have the units times the unit price plus the fee of 500, and that's good. That's what we want, right? But if we go down to this cell right here, we can see that the units times the unit price, that's cool, plus a reference to cell I3. But I3 does not hold the fee. I2 does, not I3. So because we have used these relative references, the references move along with the formula, and that causes a problem right here. So we need to lock this reference so it always stays on this cell right here. We do that by turning it to something called an absolute reference. So just place your marker somewhere inside the reference and hit the F4 key on your keyboard. And if you're on a Mac, it's Command T. And if you're on a Windows laptop, it's you probably need to hold down the FN key before you type F4. So if you hit Enter now and copy this down like this, you will see that the numbers change, and you will also see that obviously this is the correct reference, but also this is the correct reference as well, because it stays up here with the actual fee in I2. Thanks for watching.